The second generation of punk was when we were younger, so that would be like Green Day and Offspring and bands like that. When I come around, it's like the Americans all wanted to be British.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you look at bands like Green Day and Offspring, they sang with British accents.
Mm-hmm.
They sang with British accents because they wanted to be British.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to be the Sex Pistols or the Clash or the Damned or the Exploited or whatever punk band was
Mm.
popular at the time. So yeah, it was that that was a great period of time, and but oh but not just for rock music, but also for other things like Michael Jackson,
Mm.
right? If you if you know the genre of music called K-pop, like K-pop is one of the biggest genres in the world right now. It means Korean pop. Korean pop music. It's called K-pop.
Okay, I have to
Yeah.
find it.
And it's one of the biggest genres of music in the world. It's like rap is number one, and number two is K-pop. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and basically K-pop is just the music of Michael Jackson played by boy bands. That's all it is. It's just the Michael Jackson
Yes.
songs again and again and again. And it's a massive genre in Asia. It's really
South
huge.
Korea. Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's
K-pop is a genre of popular music originality in South Korea.
yeah. For example, if you use Spotify, one of the top genres on Spotify is K-pop music.
Oh, I didn't realize.
There, there we go. Look, we and
Oh.
we don't follow what happens anymore. But some of my clients in the past who were teenagers, they liked that music, and so what my
Mm-hmm.
clients like, it doesn't matter if they're businessmen or kids. What my clients like, I make their interests my interests.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever my clients like, I will learn everything that I can about it because that's how we can communicate. Common
Mm-hmm.
subjects, common topics, and so uh, so very often I would with some of my teenage clients, I would we would play the K-pop songs and we would talk about them. We talk about the video, talk about the lyrics, talk about the characters, the people, the personalities, and is it good? Is it bad? What can you
Mm-hmm.
learn? And
Mm-hmm.
it just makes things interesting. So so anyway, yeah, like my first music albums were Def Leppard, Hysteria. Do you know Def Leppard? Def
Yes.
Leppard, British rock band, sort of Guns N' Roses genre style. Def Leppard, Hysteria, Queen, Live Magic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great live album. Then I had Michael Jackson's Bad album, which is, Bad was good, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that
That is
was
good. Yes.
that that was a great album. And then I
Mm-hmm.
had I had Gloria Estefan,
Mm-hmm.
sort of Latino pop music. And so my and then I think I had a Metallica album and what else? Eh, I don't know. It was difficult to get music. Whatever
Yes. Mm-hmm.
it was difficult to get music. Whatever my friends had, I listened to because we exchanged tapes and
Yes.
there were
Tapes. I loved REM.
oh yeah. What's that song? Is it Orange Crush? Is that one of the really old REM songs?
Mm.
One of the original songs. Anyway, that's
Losing my religion. It was yes.
yeah, yeah.
Losing my
Y-
religion.
Did you know? Did you know that "Losing My Religion" is a song with no chorus?
No.
That's quite an amazing fact. Losing My Religion is a song with no chorus, and it is very, very, very rare that a song with no chorus actually is a hit. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's quite amazing. There's no chorus. It's just verses, verse,
Mm-hmm.
verse, 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 but no chorus in the song. It's
Mm-hmm.
quite interesting. Yeah. Anyway, "Losing My Religion" is a great song, and that period of REM was great as well. But before they were famous, they had this underground hit. I think it was called "Orange Crush." I think, because
Orange,
I'm gonna.
Orange Crush.
I think it was called "Orange Crush" by REM. Orange Crush. Yeah, Orange Crush by REM. Yeah, I just checked it, and it was their hit before they were famous. It's like one of my favorite songs, um, because it was all underground. And we had um, then we had grunge music, and grunge music was like the end of music because grunge music was "I'm unhappy and I want to kill myself."
Oh.
That was grunge music, um, and the thing, and it was very depressing because the leading bands, the top bands of grunge music, Nirvana, Kurt Cobain killed himself.
Mm-hmm.
Blind Melon, Shannon Hoon, the singer, killed himself. Mother Love Bone, Andrew Wood, killed himself, singer. Uh, Stone Temple Pilots, Scott Weiland, killed himself, singer. Soundgarden, what was the singer of Soundgarden? Chris Cornell killed himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of the top bands, all except one. There's only one band whose singer did not kill himself. Only one. It was Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam with the singer Eddie Vedder. That's the only grunge band singer who did not commit suicide.
And what
All
does
the
it mean, grunge?
grunge. What is grunge?
Grunge.
Grunge means noise.
Mm-hmm.
Noise. So grunge music was Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Screaming Trees. The kind of heavy, distorted guitar sound. Think Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit kind of
Mm-hmm.
sound. Um, and that was the last musical movement. And I read a really interesting article last week that said that the variations in the differences between music is getting less and less and less and less and less. The variety of music that is being played um, on the radio, for example, is becoming less and less, which is interesting, because there is more and more music, but there's more and more music all the time. Just look at Spotify. There's just not enough time to listen to
Of
everything,
course.
everything that exists. Um, so yeah, you mentioned the bands like REM and other pop rock bands very popular at the time, and the music that is with you when you are young, it does stay with you your whole life.
Mm.
But I do think the 80s was special because it did create a lot of styles, and there was a lot of diversity and a lot of different things happening, and we don't have that today. We don't have that. I don't think we have that energy in the music. Where is the Guns N' Roses of now? Where is the Def Leppard of now? Where is the Metallica of now? Where is the Black Sabbath of now? Where is the Iron Maiden of now? Where are these great bands? The reason why so many people go to see these bands in concert is because there's nothing new which is really good.
Mm.
Um, or there's no promotion of what is new that is good, because sometimes it's hard to find information about it.
Mm.
Uh,
As Madonna was replaced by Pink or Lady Gaga,
or Britney Spears.
or yes.
Yeah, and when those artists started, like Madonna, they were really innovative. Like a virgin touched for the that that was risky and pushing borders and boundaries and innovative and listen. There's the Immaculate Collection, which collects together all her early hits, and they're really progressive and happy holiday celebrate kind of happy
Yes.
stuff that I have to see. You have to dance. You can't sing if you don't dance, right? And with it, which was all great. And where is that today? I don't think it's here anymore, because so many of the songs just sound exactly the same.
Mm.
Yeah, music is powerful. That's why music is central to culture, it's central to society, it's central to history, it's central to religion. Um, it's a very important part of our culture, which moves and drives our culture forward. I think that if there was not music, we would not be so happy, and we would have less energy. And music changes feelings, it changes moods, it adds extra things to films, it adds extra things to environment. Play the right music in shops and people buy more things. So
Mm.
it has a massive effect, and it has been used in business and marketing of ideas for many years. I mean, movements like cultural movements are designed to move people. You had the jazz of the 1930s that was designed to introduce certain ideas to people. You had the rock and roll of the 1950s that was designed to introduce certain ideas to people. These movements did not happen by accident. There was a lot of money and a lot of promotion put into making these things very popular.
Mm.
The same um, with hard rock music, the same with modern rap music. Rap music is the biggest music in the world because more money is put into rap music than any other music. That's why it's the biggest. Not because it's the best, just because more money is put into that genre than any other genre of music. Well, music is designed to move people. It's very powerful. It's very, very powerful. Music which is different, we call alternative music. Alternate. Now, you know the word alternative, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's not one word, that's two words.
Native.
Alter, native.
Mm.
Alter means change.
Mm-hmm.
Native means original or original person.
Mm-hmm.
So alternative means to change the original person into something else.
Hmm.
Alternative music. Music that changes people, changes their ideas, changes their thoughts. Now, interestingly, in a church, the place where the priest stands is called the altar. The place where the priest
Mm-hmm.
stands at the front of the...
Altar. Mm-hmm.
There we go. Because the because that place and the information from that place changes people. Yeah. And so you can see that there's a religious connection there with the music. Yeah, that alternative means to change what is traditional into something else. And what alternative music did was destroy culture by changing what was the original native music, for example, traditional Slovak folk music, into modern so-called hedonistic pop music.
Mm-hmm.
And this has been used for many generations. Like all art is used to change people's ways of thinking. That's why the church puts so much money into art and design. Look
Mm-hmm.
at history, the Renaissance movement. That was a church movement. That was a church-sponsored religious movement. Look at the great works of history by Michelangelo, for example, or Leonardo da Vinci. These were church-sponsored works. And so there has always been this. So the modern rap music, it was decided by the big music industry power groups that rap music would be the new music because rap is not progressive. And so where you have other types of like rock and roll or rock music was partly rebellious. Yeah, it was partly about being a
Yes.
rebel. It was partly about fighting back against people like the government. If you consider groups like Rage Against the Machine, or a big rock band in the 80s and 90s, with their, with their anti-government messages. Um, God, it is. Fuck me, I won't do what you tell me. Or fuck
Mm-hmm.
you, I won't do what you tell me. Whatever it was, I don't know, something like that. That was the chorus of one of their big hit singles. And it was good song as well. I used to jump up and down in the clubs when I was a student and dance to it. And 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 so there was this rebellious music and it was changing culture and it was decided that they would have grunge music, which was very depressing and everyone who liked grunge went and killed themselves. And then they had rap music, which is not a progressive style of music. It's all "fuck you, bitch," and that's your average rap song. And it's just negative. It's negative towards people. It's negative towards women. It's negative towards culture. Um, and you had big artists like Eminem, who must be one of the stupidest people I've ever seen. Yeah, I do. As a musician, he's great, and his songs are really interesting. But as a human being, he's just not not really a great person. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, so it's interesting. And then before that, you had rock music, which promoted promiscuity, and everybody should have sex with each other, and it was the same in the it was also promoted in the 1960s with the rock and psychedelia and free love, man, and you can do anything you want to do, and whatever. Um, and Also that it changed culture in many ways. Dancing, dancing was a group social activity 100 years ago. Dancing was a group social activity. Rock and roll music changed dancing into an individual activity. So it changed society's dance from being pair dance, partner dance, physical contact dance, group dance into individual person dance with no contact. And that changed people's communication with each other. And that goes way back to the 1930s with the jazz music. Jazz music was promoted to help the feminist agenda in the 1930s, um, which was on one side is good. Women should have equal rights to men. They didn't have that at the time, and that's good. But on the other side, it was you don't need a man, which is which has a slightly negative effect to it. So yeah, it's powerful, and it's spiritual. It changes how people think, and not only in the in the musical social side, but also on a personal level. Music is one of the best ways to learn about life. Because if you learn to play a musical instrument, you are learning all of the skills that you need to learn anything. Now, because you're learning memorization, which is a very complex mental process, which is very important. You have to memorize the music. You're learning timing. Timing. Timing is everything in life. Timing is everything. If you don't get the timing right in your life, you don't have anything because you never meet the right people, you never go to the right places, you never make the right connections, you never say the right things at the right time. Timing is absolutely everything. It's
Mm-hmm.
vital. Music is harmony. It is connecting with other people. It is listening to other people. Um, playing as a group is part of community. It's a social event. It's an interaction. And so when you get involved in music, it's um, it's one of the foundational and fundamental parts of learning. And in the ancient Greek cultures, if we go back to the pre-Roman times, excellence was not just what you knew. It wasn't just the information that you had, which was about, philosophy and wisdom, not just information. It was about being able to do things with dexterity, having multiple skills in multiple areas, and one of those was playing an instrument or singing was considered a great art. And
Mm.
also the physical arts were considered great there, the sports. So you needed the information, you needed the music, and you needed the sports if you wanted to be considered an excellent human being in that period of time. And now if you go to school, it's like study, 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 and there's a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of sport, and a tiny little bit of art, and a tiny little bit of music, and a tiny little bit of dance,
Mhm.
and it's actually those little things that are the most important, because where would life be without the arts, without the community, without the sports, without the games, without the music? We wouldn't have anything at all. Um, who cares about studying mathematics? Who cares about that? It has its place. We need mathematicians. Geometry is important. We want the buildings to be straight and not like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. um, and yeah, music is also mathematics, rhythm, timing. Look at the Fibonacci series of numbers. That's the growth of all natural structures, the Fibonacci series of numbers. And if you look at how those numbers relate to each other, you find that the same numbers are present in the patterns of the paintings of Leonardo da Vinci. They're present in the works of Mozart and Beethoven. If you look at the cycles of the music and when you reach the high points and the low points in the songs, they all fit into the Fibonacci series of numbers. So Fibonacci series, it's the numbers that can only be divided by one
And
and themselves. 1,
mm-hmm.
3, 5, 7, 11, 13,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
17, I was going to think about it,
Uh-huh.
19.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And what you have with the Fibonacci series of numbers is this circle that gets bigger and bigger. It's the spiral. Spiral. Yeah? It's
Mm-hmm.
a spiral.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spiral. And if you look at mathematically how the spiral grows, everything grows in that way because it's holistic. Your bones, physically, the bones, the skin, the plants, the trees, everything that grows in the Fibonacci series. And if you look at music, these numbers and these patterns are consistent in the great works of music and the great works of art as well. Because that's what creates balance. That's what creates beauty. Beauty is holistic. Here's the example. Take a take a human face. I take my face, for example. We
Mm-hmm.
draw a line down the middle. Where's my face? There we go. Draw a line down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The left side and the right side should be the same. That's aesthetic beauty. That's what we consider to be beautiful, the aesthetics of things. Now, if the left side and the right side are not the same, we think of a person as not as beautiful. Yeah, it's not as beautiful. Right? If you go to buy a house and the house is, and you know, there's no straight lines anywhere, um, then you don't want to buy the house, right? So this aesthetic principle of beauty is based on the Fibonacci series of numbers. So there you go. So mathematics in art and music are very, very similar disciplines. And that is why you can learn mathematics from music. And you can learn mathematics from art. It doesn't have to be stupid abstract stuff like x plus y plus z plus, when numbers become letters, right? When numbers become letters, that's a bit mental, right? Right? Do you turn letters into numbers? No, because that's stupid. Do you turn numbers into letters? Yes, but that's not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
If it's stupid one way, it's stupid the other way. So, but the teachers don't understand this, but never mind. Um, higher level thinking.